Welcome, everybody. I hope everybody had a good day today. I hope you're hitting that like button. I hope you're hitting that subscribe button. Thanks for supporting the thinking game. Thanks for supporting CTM Sports. I've been seeing a lot of people look at stuff. Shout out to our house.
Yo.
For letting me come out and speak to the kids today. That was an awesome experience. I loved it. Awesome experience, man. The fact that Ashley was looking at me, paying attention, I was like, "Oh man, that's what's up."
Yeah.
I didn't know how that was gonna go. Hey, that was up. Hey, I take it. And of course, they like Mike. They like the belt. You know, what I'm saying? They ate the belt up.
Yeah.
It's like you wrestle. You a wrestler?
Wrestle with life,
Do I
son.
look like a wrestler? Do I look like a wrestler? Sometimes you don't forget. You don't remember how big you are until you go into a room. People see you. You be like, "Man, this dude taller than him up."
Hey, you towering over everybody.
Yeah, the reason why it took me a little time to get there, the security guard, man, he tried to Otis me. Tried to Otis me, man. Oh, that's your name, Ernie. Who you here to see? But it was cool after that, though. It's all good, man. It's all love, man.
Ernie. Who you come to see there, boy?
Oh man, that's funny, man. Turn these glasses off for a second. But yeah, the title of today's podcast is "Know the Game Before You Play the Game." We're gonna talk about a couple of scenarios. This scenario we got has been kind of flying across the radar, hot, and you probably have seen it, Peel. I'm pretty sure you probably seen it. Trying to see if Jay gonna come in because he'll probably try to defend this person, but. It was a video said the landlord wants more than the rent. You seen that video?
No, but I saw the bill that they passed in California though.
Okay. Nah, this is different. This that kind of stuff that happened in the hood that people don't really talk about.
Mm-hmm.
Or but because a lot of people not in that world. This is for like I want to say like the 10% of people that's in the hood. Like they make really bad decisions.
Mm-hmm.
And then get mad in the decision that they made, and then try to, man, it's just crazy. That's why you gotta be careful about what decisions you make, because it could put you in a crazy situation, as we fit to find out. And matter of fact, I'm just go ahead and play it, see if he come in, but I'm finna go ahead and
a little bit more time.
No, look, you know the deal, and we've done this before, and I think it's a pretty good deal for you. I mean, you don't have to pay anything.
Okay, and
it's already starting out bad, bro.
Whoa, you don't have to pay it.
It's already starting out. I'll tell you the kind of the backstory when it get through playing, though. Just sit here and play out. It's gonna mess you up, man.
What would your wife think?
Who cares what she thinks? Hey, is she here? No. Don't worry about her.
I told you that last time was the last time. So.
Okay, well, you don't seem to get it. You're either gonna take your clothes off and do what we did before. I mean, we've done it twice already. So we can do it again just like that. Nobody has to know.
I'm just gonna have to tell your wife, Mr. Roman.
Oh, okay. I'll put her out on the street just like I'll put your ass out on the street. Don't worry, I pay her rent too.
Oh man!
You know, I pay all her bills.
Boy.
Okay, look. Are you? You're gonna either do. What do you want me to do? Hey, I'll take you out on a date. Will that help?
No.
Would that make you feel better?
No.
Okay.
No, it wouldn't. No.
Okay, look. You got about 35 minutes to take off your clothes. Your bed's right out here, and we're gonna do it, and then you can pay me the rent later. You won't have to worry about it anymore.
No, I'm not doing it anymore, Mr.
You did it before. What's so hard about doing it again?
You're almost the same age as my dad, and it makes me feel gross. Like, what if I was your daughter?
Wow.
So,
Wow.
From the information that I gathered,
Wow. Shit.
yeah, the information that I gathered is that we're gonna get into this. I'm gonna look at the thought process and tell me I'm off on this, but pretty much she didn't have the money to pay her rent. Somehow I don't know how she got to that point, but that's why we say you got to think about what you're doing, know what you're getting into, and somehow she thought that she could do that trade, make a proposal, right, and decent proposal, instead of paying the rent. Now clearly he said you did it 2 times before.
Yeah.
Red flag right there.
Yeah. She got a boyfriend now.
And I'm not saying he right. He's definitely wrong.
Yeah.
He definitely wrong. But in the world we live in, when you want to go out there and be an adult and live on your own, you have to understand when you're Little Red Riding Hood, there are wolves out there. 100%. They don't care about how you feel. They don't care. From my understanding, I think she brought it up to him, if I'm not mistaken. I'm just saying allegedly. She proposed it to him. And the thing is, at what point does she take accountability in the situation, the circumstance that she in? Because it seems like she's trying to blackmail him. Dude don't care. Clearly, he don't care. He don't care at all. He don't.
Dang,
He's like, man, listen, this ain't the deal. This ain't the deal. You know what I'm saying?
Dang,
This is not the deal.
Oh, man. It's terrible.
I know, right? And that's my question. How does a person get in this scenario? Like, how do you connect the dot up there and say, oh, if I do this, I can delay the rent, but what you don't realize is now you in the rabbit hole.
Yeah, pretty much.
You know?
Pretty much.
You know?
Like,
And
she probably got a boyfriend now and was like, dang, I can't do this.
it don't matter, man. You can't make these kind of decisions.
Hey.
And I don't care what I'm say about a man saying, but I'm telling you, as your brother, you cannot put yourself in these positions and make those kind of decisions. You just can't.
She in a bind, Nate. She's in a bind, Nate. She need that money. She need the money, Nate.
Hey, she said, you the same age as my dad. It sounds like maybe he's still living, man. If you get evicted, man, don't. Now you finna get evicted, and now you finna get evicted either way. You see what I'm saying? So what do? You see what I'm saying? Like, out of all that, you still finna get evicted.
Yeah, you're a prostitute now.
Man. So, a disclaimer. Before we get into these illustrations, a disclaimer. The purposes of these illustrations is to give you insight on how decisions can lead to crazy situations. We are in no way saying that either of these choices and decisions are right. We are simply saying that in this world, one choice can lead to multiple issues and circumstances that are not beneficial to be in. Look at this as insight on how the world can be a cruel place, and some choices can be hard to recover from. Is that fair?
Yeah.
Because, people say you judging. No, I'm looking at this from an objective standpoint. This kind of stuff happens to people in real life. They make these kind of decisions, and now you want out, but it ain't that easy. No easy way out, man.
What you say, Mr. O? Mr. O, Mr. O, like, you already on the wrong path. You might as well continue going down.
Boy, he's like, man, what's wrong? I mean, what's wrong? That's not the deal. That's not the deal.
He didn't got some of that.
Man. Man.
Some of that natty patty. Now you can't get enough of it.
Yeah, man. So, I think you can. Can you see that? Or that's too small?
It's a little small. Yeah, it's small. I can't see it.
Okay. I'm just going to go like this. This is the thought chart, right? You can do one choice. This is from the tenant's point of view, right? And my question is, could this have been handled differently? You get to that point, I don't have the money to pay the rent. I don't have the money for rent. One choice you got, I can make an indecent proposal to buy more time. Or the other choice is, I do not have the cash for an extension. Or I know I do not have cash, I can ask for an extension. Right?
Yeah.
Well, worst case scenario, I'm getting evicted due to lack of cash. Everybody walk away clean. You may feel bad he evicted you, but you still got your integrity intact, right?
Yeah.
Second one, I can make an indecent proposal to buy more time. Second step, I did it 2 times already, and I don't want to do it anymore. I don't want to do that anymore. And the third one is I'm gonna tell him no, and record me telling him no, and maybe I can get some leverage.
Yeah.
Is that probably like a fair way of thinking? I mean,
yeah, that sound about right.
That's why we call it the thinking game. People think about these things. I'm trying to tell you what people be thinking that, and that didn't work. Didn't work. End of the day, you're gonna get evicted either way.
Either way it go.
But you don't want to lose your integrity.
Yeah,
because what happens is once you give yourself up for money, you're gonna use that. She was about to do it, but she probably caught herself, but it was too late. People do this kind of stuff all the time. Instead of paying the money, they'll do that, and they just say, I could do some other things with the money. And next thing you know, you become dependent on offering yourself instead of paying rent, the money. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And that's the rabbit hole you get into. Now, let's look at this from the landlord. I'm not saying he right. I'm just telling you. It's a dog world. The dog's world. So, the landlord. The tenant tells me she does not have the money. 2 choices he can go off of. One, he said I can give the tenant an extension. And then the next step is I am evicting her due to the lack of funds. She don't have the money to pay the rent. I'm evicting her. Integrity intact. The other side of that is the tenant made an indecent proposal to buy more time instead of paying the rent. He said the second one is I did it 2 times already. This is a great deal. I'm pretty sure he was thinking that. He was like, paying the rent? You don't got to pay the rent. You can just do that. Once again, I'm not saying it's right, but I'm telling you.
Blaze, ready to die.
It's a doggy-dog world out there, man. People don't care. Don't care about her feelings. She said, I don't feel right. I feel icky. Oh, you think you care about that?
Yeah, that abuse of power, man.
Was you feeling icky 2 times ago? You know what I'm saying?
She probably was. But, sometimes you got to make those tough decisions, whether you want to or not.
He said, she's telling me no and wants to. Hold on, let me read that. Let me get closer. She's telling me she does not want to keep the deal going, so I'm just going to evict her. I'm just going to evict her. And that's what he did. I mean, pretty much, he tried to give her a way out. He's like, dude, you got 5 minutes.
Yeah.
So here's the part that make it blurry, right? And I go over this before we even get there. I go over this. Some of the reasons this situation happened. A, this person is naive when they're making decisions. Possibility. B, this person thought the game would go in their favor. People think that way. C, this person realized that this was not an easy way to get out. And D, all of the above. Sometimes you can go through those whole set of thought processes in making a crazy decision, and now you realize no easy way out.
Yeah.
And boy, when you've been in the hood, man, you just see this kind of stuff, man. It don't happen like a lot, but it don't get talked about a lot. It just kind of slide under people's radar, you know what I'm saying? Because it's not super common, but it's in that gray area that people don't like talking about, you know what I'm saying? It's like, what am I trying to say? On a prism of good and bad, it's weird because I don't know. Is this would she be considered a victim in this? I don't know.
Not after
I don't
that.
know.
Not after that second time.
Yeah, but some people will say. I mean, it's people out there that'll go hard. They'll say she is. Though. That's the crazy. That's why I wish John was on here. He'll probably say.
Yeah.
He'll probably
I
say.
mean, it's just, it's abuse of power, but still.
On which part though? Did she abuse the power of understanding
it's,
being a weak?
Yeah.
It's like both sides. You know what I'm saying?
It is, yeah. Because
Oh.
that little natty patty is powerful, man. It's powerful.
Yeah. It has you on a scale of 1 to 10, discipline, 10 being the highest. What number do you think you got to be at to just turn that down? You got to be at in your life, discipline wise. You got to probably be like 8, something like that. 8 or 9. Most dudes ain't at 8. And most dudes probably like at a 3. You know what I'm saying? I'm saying out of most of the dudes, if you did 10 dudes, how many dudes you think that'll say no to that out of 10 dudes?
Man, 2.
I know, right? That sound about right. That sound about right. Man, it's crazy, man. It's crazy out there, y'all. I'm telling you, my sisters, it's crazy out here. Please make the right decision. Don't put yourself in these situations. And that's the thinking game in life. Some decisions or some things you just can't do. You got to realize that. Stop questioning people. Why I can't do that? This is why. Put yourself in this situation. And this dude looking at you like, man, I don't care what you talking about.
Yeah.
She threatened to tell his wife. You think I care? Say you wouldn't need no brown. Man, I cancel her by another one.
He about to throw both of y'all.
Man, he don't care about that, man.
What?
Oh. My God, Honest John. Jay, what's up, baby?
Hey, what's going on? What's going on?
Man, you got it, man. Did you see that video, man? You hear about that, man?
Which one?
The woman that said the landlord, he wanted more than the rent.
Yeah, yeah, I've seen that video, yeah.
So who do you think? You think she a victim in this?
Of course.
I told you. What makes her a victim if she did it 2 times already?
I mean, the first time she was a victim. The second
I thought she
time,
proposed it to him. I think she proposed it to him, right?
No, I mean,
I thought she proposed it to him.
Well, that's a different story too, as well. But it doesn't really matter. He's in a position of power, and that's a desperate person. You got your back against the wall,
right? Well, we're not saying he right. Let's get that clear. I am not saying he right at all. I am saying dude is a douchebag. Yes.
You know what I mean? You're presented a choice. I mean, or
yes, both sides.
Choice. And he's in a position of power. And you can just do this, and everything will be all right. And you can do this, and you can be home, or you can not do it and be homeless.
So we was talking about, do women use this as a tool too? Do they use this to get over on people, to take advantage of people?
Yeah. Well, I think it's equal.
Because
it's another 50-50 situation. It's reciprocal. I mean, he's getting.
Because what I'm saying is they become dependent. We've seen this before in the hood. They'll come dependent on doing that. Instead of giving you the money, they'll become dependent on giving you their body instead of the money. Even though they have the money. They'll have the money for it, but they're like, no, I can just do this, and I don't have to give you the money. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, for sure. I mean, a lot of people do it. Yeah. Like, a lot of women do it in marriages. You know what I mean?
Oh, yeah. 100%.
Like, you're married, and your birthday come up. You gave her a Louis bag. You know what I mean? Boy. You bought her a car. You did this. You took her out on a nice dinner. You did this. And then your birthday comes. Don't let it be close to Father's Day, because you're finna get one gift wrapped in. And guess what your gift is? She kind of opened the door. Maybe she has some lingerie, or maybe the lingerie you liked last year, and she presents herself as your gift, where you're monetarily getting. You have to give her gifts, and you have to do these things. And she's like, "Well, I'll just give you my body instead." You know what I mean? I know you liked it, so I'm gonna give you what you like.
So what we're saying, guys, both it's a two-sided coin. It's not just clear as you think it is.
I mean, I think it's very clear. This guy is taking advantage of the situation, and she's also taking advantage of the situation. I don't have money, but I have this to bargain with.
No, what I'm saying is she took advantage of the situation, but then tried to change. But what I'm saying is, you got to think about the decision you're making, because the rabbit hole is you make that deal. Sometimes you can't come back from. You're going to get evicted either way. That's what I'm saying. She could have just got evicted and kept her integrity. Instead of doing it 2 times, now you're finna get evicted because now you change your mind. You know what I'm saying? And that, you want to play that game. That's why I say know the game before you play it.
It's never play that game. The right thing. You know what I mean?
Right. That's fine. But don't try to blackmail a dude for doing the right thing.
Yeah, I mean that makes like you always want to record stuff when you're getting taken advantage of. But when he really said, "Hey man, you kind of did this twice already," you know what I mean? Like you know the deal. Like,
you know the routine. You know.
You know what I mean? Almost the same. You know what I mean?
It was so funny. Go ahead.
I tell you. For the 4 for 4, and then you telling me the 4 is 4 for 10 now. Like,
man,
slow down.
To protect the sheep, you got to catch the wolf, and it takes a wolf to catch a wolf. You understand?
So, and then the thing was, she been watching these social media probably clips, thinking people be blackmailing people, and realize they don't work on everybody in real life. When she said, "I'm gonna tell your wife," and he was like, "Okay, what that mean?"
Dude said it's gonna be 2 homeless women out there.
Cold blooded.
Oh man.
And negotiations, when you watch Scandal and stuff like that, negotiations ain't that easy. You don't know what the person's gonna do. You know what I mean?
Scripted.
Ain't no script. Yeah. You know what I mean? She thought he had her. I'm gonna tell you why. He's like, tell him. You know what I mean?
He pulled the Highlander card.
There can be only one.
He said, "I pay both of y'all bills." You know what I mean?
She thought she had the leverage. She thought she had the leverage. He pulled the Highlander card.
You gotta be aware of these things when you really don't be aware, man. He owns the property. You have something he wants, and he's only going to. He's not even really giving you cash. He's giving you time, and it's you want to give him your body. You only got 30 days before you have to do it.
Dude said, "Dude, I'm gonna give you 5 minutes." He said, "I'm gonna give you 5 minutes." He said, "The bench out here." That ain't fun. That's how crazy the world is. The world don't care. I'm trying to tell you, my sisters. This is how crazy. I'm not glad she recorded, but I'm kind of glad to show you how raw it is dealing with men. When you in these situations, man, these dudes not gonna treat you with kindness. They're not gonna come at you like it's H-Town, man. You listen to these R&B dudes. You think he gonna sing it to you? He's not gonna sing to you, man.
This is a business. And he didn't even really tell her to you don't gotta enjoy it, you don't gotta like it.
Man.
Dude said clothes off in the bed, that room, just like last time.
She said, "Nope." She said, "All right, cool. No worries. You got 5." He said, how much time he give her? He's like 3 weeks. Oh, no, something. He said, "You got go ahead and get out."
Yeah, I mean, this is crazy, but I'm like, I'm not gonna let the little head kind of mess up my money like that. You know what I mean?
He wasn't getting no money though. That's what I'm saying. He finna kick her out to get more money. That's what I'm trying to tell you.
No, but he can lose his business, like he can lose his properties and stuff like that. Face fines, jail time, because they can show a pattern of behavior, and he's abusing his tenants like that. That's messing up.
I understand that part. You know how they look at it, though? I'm not saying it's right, but I'm telling you how he look at it. Do you even have the money to hire a lawyer if you can't even pay the rent?
No. That's all I'm saying. Well, you can always press charges. I mean,
you can.
Suing somebody, takes a lawyer and stuff like that, representation. Yeah. But you can always file those charges and those complaints.
I don't think that's free either, though. I don't think that's free either.
Well, you can call the police and file a charge. I mean, that's free.
Yeah, that's true.
Another thing too, like it's on, like I say, it's on him. You know what I mean? And then you got some lawyers looking for situations like that. I'll take the case because I know I'm a winner or I'm gonna settle out with this insurance.
Some lawyers are fighting because they could be like, it was a deal. She made that deal too. Some lawyers try to come at that angle.
That's her word against his, and Yeah,
that's true. Yeah, that's
pretty when he said, "We already did it twice," that was an admission of guilt for him. I mean, you've been abused.
For both. I thought it was for both because it's like she agreed to it too. That's what I'm saying. It's like she agreed to it too, but now you change your mind.
All right,
he can sue her. Technically, I don't know, but he probably can sue her for reneging on the contract. I don't know. You know what I'm saying?
The sex, it wasn't like maybe it wasn't assault because she agrees to it, but he has a position of power and he applied pressure.
He abused. 100%. Yeah, he abused it. He abused it.
Yeah. It's pretty crazy, man.
So in other words,
it's a dog world out there, man. This kind of stuff happens all the time, though. This is just something that's recorded, but I mean, dudes do girls like this and girls do dudes like this. I mean, it happens all the time, man. Yeah. It's dudes out there that the girl only call you when she want to go to the movies. That's the only time she call you. When the new Marvel movie come out, she wants you to go take her to see the Marvel movie. That's the only time you hear from them. You know what I'm saying? You know, some dudes, that's all they do. They pay the light bill. They say, hey, if you pay the light bill, it's like unsaid stuff, right? They don't say it out loud, but it's understood at the same time. It's crazy. And all it takes is two of the wrong people to link up, and it happens all the time. All the time, man. All right, tell me what y'all think. Pick one. Chun or Attila. I think that's the name. Attila from Lionheart. I'm playing a video for you. Let you check it out. Tell me what y'all think. It's Chun Li. The buffest Asian I probably ever seen in my life. Who did the sound effects of Bloodsport was cold? The sound effects. Just a dude from Lionheart. See how you look at him when he took his shirt off? Watch this. This is how you know you cold right here when you stick. You had enough? Enough? Let me help you. Who you rolling with, man? Charlie?
I'll top rolling for real. I'll top.
He had like more fights, more personality. He's just a really good bad guy.
Mm-hmm.
Very good, but brick not hit back.
I break your friend. I break you next.
Oh man, I break you next.
Oh,
you know the dude that played in Lionheart, dude. He played in Bloodsport too. I think he was the dude that he kicked his leg and split it open. That was him. The Brazilian dude, I think that was him. Because Bloodsport came out before this.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Dude gained a lot of weight. He kind of buffed up, and then he was the bad guy in Lionheart. But yeah, man, Chun-Li was cold, man. It's hard to go against Chun-Li, man, because every movie he played in, man. I don't think it's ever been a Chinese dude that buff. I mean, an Asian dude that buff. I don't think I ever seen one, man.
Nah, not
even dude that played Eat Man, he was fit, but he wasn't buff like that, though.
Yeah.
And he was buff back then when they were Bruce Lee.
Yeah.
Go! I don't think he can speak. I think that was a voiceover, man. Go! All right, men's health. What age do you think on average do men start to slow down?
As far as what?
If you tell the young guys they think they're going to be machines their whole life, what age do you think the men start to slow down?
As far as what? That's what I'm saying. As far as
performance, like
sexual performance.
Yeah, all that.
You know, I think it depends on. You got to look at your bloodline. You know what I mean, and your your cultural background.
Yeah,
but I think it's 30, about 32. You really start slowing down, and you have to make an effort to put in that work.
Yeah.
It just don't come easy. You can do 22, 25. You can do double headers, triple headers, like nothing. You do them by accident. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It takes a little more effort and focus. When you hit that 30 mark, you start noticing, my back or my leg. But if you still are working out, playing basketball with your boys, you can cruise that on out to about 37, and you still won't miss a beat. But if you're a couch potato, soon as you hit that 30, 32, rust gonna start appearing.
Yeah, you gonna be getting them Draymond Green numbers, like 5 points, 2 rebounds, and 6 assists. You know what I'm saying? You ain't gonna get it. You ain't gonna get a double figures and nothing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah.
You be sweating.
Your diet makes a difference. That makes a difference as well. You got to think about that. That can mess with you. Eating pork, you leave that pork alone, man.
Yeah, if you're ex-athlete, that'll help you out a lot. You know what I mean? But if you've been soft all your life, it's gonna be rough. I mean, as soon as that probably 31 hit, it's gonna hit you like a brick wall. You start sweating when you start kissing, like. Ooh, girl.
So, do you think it's a lot of older dudes buying this stuff in the gas? They see them pills that I got right there. That's why they selling them, because they ain't gonna sell nothing people don't buy.
No, they ain't buying.
See that? One of them say Magnum, one of them say Blasters on.
See, when you get older, you got old school partners. You got the little blue pill. You know what I'm saying? Hey, young boy,
that's what I was working at when I got my first IT job. I ain't gonna say dude's name, but he was working in networking, man. And that's why I got over here. How do older men keep up with younger women? We used to mess with them, man. Talking about, man, why you sit there talking to these young girls? You gonna be sweating like you in a Zumba class. You can't keep up with no young girl. He said, "Oh, I ain't got to keep up with them. I got these magic beans."
Hey,
you trying to go to beans?
That's like if your heart, if you don't got the health for it, that stuff will kill you, man.
Listen.
Hey, anything can kill you. It's a good way to go. But I like it. A lot of younger dudes, you know what I mean, trying to get the performance edge. You know what I mean? Some of them,
performance enhancers. Yep.
They can't take 2 or 3 minutes and they pop go the weasel. You know what I mean? But to compete with these other studs, you know what I mean? You know they gonna take a couple honey packs and some Hennessy to try to get in there.
Hey! Leave the Hennessy out of this.
Man.
No, they be on them perks, man. Them perks. They do it every time.
I thought perks slow you down. Perks don't slow you. They slow you. I thought they slow you down.
But you don't feel. You don't be feeling nothing from ways down. Still standing.
That's funny, man. That's crazy.
And then I think
I say when you win your
some of the people are doing and drinking it's going to affect your performance. Like you've been
100%
drinking, smoking, popping pills since you was 22. Now you're 33, and it's like nothing work. I mean, your body, you've been putting crazy stuff in your body. So.
That's got to be sad too, but you get to 32 and it just don't work. I mean, you just looking at it. It don't even work, man. You can't even put a what you call the little thing they put on. They can't even bring that joker back to life, man. Clear.
Yeah,
still can't come back to life.
Yeah, I was saying around the age 35, you're gonna start noticing this. Like, damn.
Oh yeah, you're gonna feel the funk 100%.
And
take it from the dudes who've been around the world. Hey,
my little head started getting discernment. Some stuff. My mind wanted to go in, but it was like, spiritually, it was like, no, don't do it. Don't do it.
No,
you know
don't do it. Think about it.
And I'm glad I didn't do it. In the moment I wanted to, but then, you hear some stuff a couple months later. It's like, well, I'm glad I didn't.
Boy, for real.
My old school partner, man, may he rest in peace. This is one of the funniest things that he used to tell me. He said, when you're younger, you ran that horse. I don't know why, but you ran it, and it didn't take all that. You trying to hit 3 times, 4 times in a week. Now look at you. You don't know when it's gonna happen, but when it happens, it happens.
But you know why? You know why dudes do that though when you do a trip? Because if you're not dating a chick, you don't know.
You don't know
when the last time. You don't know when the next time. I mean, that might be the last time you talk to that chick ever. You know what I'm saying? You might not see that chick for the rest of your life. So, you know what I'm saying?
Hey, leave a lasting impression.
Yeah. You got to be in there like Dick Vitale. Oh!
And the first one tricky. You can lose that one. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I'm going to do all this. I'm going to do all that. And then, boop, 3 minutes. You're out of there. You know what I mean? And then, and they don't really like you, you're not getting a second chance to do.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
If you meet the wrong, you run into that. Hey, you run into that wrong chick with the red hair. How you sound like the fat boys? How you bebopping? The human beatbox. I should have got that sound effect. That would have been funny. But yeah, man, think about that, young fellas. Remember that you're not gonna be a machine forever. It's not gonna happen.
And then like your mind goes different places too. So you see a lot of stuff. If you do a lot of stuff, you know what I mean. It's gonna take even more every time. Every time you raise your kinky level, you know what I mean.
Going to that world of no return.
Blake, ready to die.
Oof.
Yeah. And that's if they live long enough, because these young folks, they ain't seeing past age 27 right now.
Yeah. And there's another one, the other side of the fence. What's on the other side of the fence that people don't tell you when owning a black business?
Ooh.
What's some of the stuff they don't tell you? They always tell you the good stuff. They always put that on Facebook. Own a black business. Come to this meeting. Come to this place. It's going to be awesome.
Man.
But they'll tell you about the other side, though.
Boy, it takes work. It takes work. And I think like trying to run a business is way harder than working a job. Way harder.
It is. That's why they pay you more when you run a company. They pay you more. Because
no, they don't pay you anything.
Yeah.
No, I'm saying like if you like a CEO, I'm saying
and you may not get paid that much. It's your product, it's your advertisement. You get paid what you get paid when you own a business.
No, I'm saying like a CEO is like you're running a business for a company that's already there. They paying you to run the business for them.
That's what I'm saying. Like once you get workers,
but you're not the owner, you're the CEO. But yeah, I understand what you're saying.
Right. Yeah. And it's a lot, you know what I'm saying?
Just you starting out. You starting out,
well,
man.
100%.
You're not gonna see that much profit at the beginning. You'll see a little bit, but when it start flourishing, you got to remember, you got to save that money and not blow it. You know what I'm saying?
Yes. You have to separate your personal finances from business finances. Don't blur that line. And you got to have the discipline. It's like we said, on a discipline level from 1 to 10, what level of discipline you think you need to have when you own a business?
Man.
From 1 to 10. 10 being the highest.
10
is the minimum.
Yeah. 100%.
On top. And there's going to be times you don't feel like doing it. You be like, damn.
Exactly. I was telling the kids that. And when you're dealing in life and as an adult, as a commitment, it's going to be times you don't feel like doing it. But you got to make that commitment, though. It could turn
gonna be like
real quick.
Like majority of the time, probably 80% of the time, you don't feel like doing it.
Yep.
But you always gonna feel like getting those results. You don't feel like doing the work. And the thing is, like when you work for somebody else, you work overtime, you get paid overtime hours. When you work for yourself, you get paid. You work overtime, you might not get paid that day, because it just didn't come in today. It was maybe a restock day, and you work. You know what I mean? It was an inventory day. We didn't make no money that day, but I had to get all this stuff done. It still had to get done. Didn't bring in income, but it still had to work. It's just a lot of responsibility. And then when you start flourishing, you get like 90 or 100% of the profit. Now you got to spend overhead, but all the profit is yours. When you work for somebody else, you can have a great day. You can make millions of dollars for the company. You still gonna get paid your same wage. You get paid $50,000. You get paid $50,000. I don't care if you made us $10 million today. Your cut is $50,000, and this goes the same way in hospitals. You're a nurse. You saved Bill Gates' life. You still gonna get paid your yearly salary. I'll say Bill Gates.
You got to understand what business model is. I think a lot of times people get mad about what they get paid, but I don't think sometimes they don't realize the business model. Like working at Walmart or working at like a retail like Home Depot, it's a business model. It's not designed to pay you $60,000, $70,000 to be a regular associate. That don't even make sense. You know what I'm saying? Well, some people be work there and be like, I'm underpaid. I seen a clip today. It was on Facebook, but there was a waiter that said somebody tipped her like $5 or something like that, and she was kind of complaining about it.
Really?
When I was saying like, you don't want to be a waiter for 15 years. You don't have to do that. If you want to, you can. But I'm saying, at some point, you're gonna realize it's gonna be a lot of up and down days, especially in today's time with the economy.
Yeah.
So think about this. Others. Go ahead.
But the waiters, it's a really, really crazy thing because people are going to spend money in restaurants. Mm-hmm. So, if you are you working at a $30 a plate restaurant, or you working at a $500 a plate restaurant? You know what I mean? That person can be a waiter. The average cost of a meal is $500 per person. That person can be a waiter for the rest of their lives and out-earn a lot of regular people, out-earn a lot of people in regular jobs or even in corporate positions at that place. So the waitress and the waitress thing is really different, but you got to don't expect to get rich working at IHOP as a waitress.
That's what I'm saying. That's exactly what I'm saying. In the business model, right? The business model of a restaurant is they're going to make their money off the food. You're going to have to pay for the food regardless. The tip is optional. It's not required. It's optional. You know what I'm saying? And that's what people got to understand. You know, you have to convince them to give you a tip. Almost have to sell them to give you a tip. You know what I'm saying? You got to have that kind of personality. You know what I'm saying? And you still might not work. Some people just don't got it on their mind. I tip. I don't have no problem with tipping. What I'm saying is don't settle. There's always more you can aspire to get to if you want to get there, but don't complain if you want to stay where you at. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah,
you know
I have a problem with tipping when it's just crappy service.
Oh yes, anybody
all the way around. Sure, like and I went to where did I go? Was it Brewski's? Man, I think we had probably about 25 or 30 people. Our waitress was so on point. I know she made a good about $300-400 off of
that's when she was on point. That's what
happened
when you on point.
Two. I said, "Boy,
yeah, that's when you on point."
You ain't had to go look for her. She was like, everything you need right there.
Man,
and it's just it's an approach you come with every job. You know what I mean?
Right.
If you're gonna have integrity and commitment. It don't matter what job you do, you're gonna do it to your fullest. And people, it's gonna work out for people like that in the end. You know, but you can complain about everything. You know what I mean? You in a situation that won't improve, you can complain. It's not gonna change anything. But
go ahead.
Go ahead. No, that's fine.
My next one was the economy. Like how tough is when you own a business. I know I was watching Boosie on Vlad TV. Shout out to Vlad TV. He was saying that he noticed that the economy is down. It's not like people are not buying the extra stuff like they used to. He's like the sales are down for everybody. He said businesses are hurting out here. People not buying all the extra stuff like they used to. Because you think about like black restaurants like Lassie's Inn and stuff like that, and it's a lot of little businesses closing down. They just not posting it, but they actually closing down. If you ride through downtown, you're like, man, that business used to be right there. What happened? Yeah, but they're closing down. So I think that's the tough part too. Is man, you know, if you in certain areas, that area may not make enough money to support all the businesses in that area. Only what they want to support. You know what I'm saying? You got to think about that too. You know, some neighborhoods they don't want people to cut their yard because they can't afford to pay somebody $100 a week to cut their grass. It's just that ain't even an option. Now I was telling the kids this: there's people out here they can't even afford to get a $5 meal from McDonald's. They don't have $5. And you might laugh and say, "Oh man, they don't got $5." When you become an adult, you think that's easy to get. You're gonna find out it ain't that easy to get. Ain't that easy to get.
Like say for like I cut yards and stuff.
Yeah, for sure.
Some clients they probably can't pay the week that I cut. You know, I give them that grace. I give them that grace because I know they always come through anyway.
But you're not giving them forever grace.
No, it's not forever grace, but it's like okay, I can't pay this week, but I got you next week, and it's just gonna come. But and there's one person I was like, hey man, I gotta track you down to pay me my money. Hey,
he been saying it for 3 weeks. Hey, I'll pay you 3 weeks. I'll give you next week, man. Come back next week, man. Hey man, I got a club toe, man. I had to go to the doctor's office, man. So let me pay you next week, man. Hey man.
Like, man,
I got a splinter in my pinky, man. I had to go get it taken out, man. I ain't got the money, man.
But I think people have less money, like the economy, recession, COVID,
100%.
all things like that. And everything's still going up.
Yes, exactly. That's what I've been saying. Yeah.
People have less money, coupled with rent is higher, utilities are higher. They're still raising the price of everything, so people don't have that luxury money to spend on eating out or supporting the local business, or just having that money to spread out. They're getting haircuts. They're getting haircuts less, and that's forcing people to raise the price of haircuts.
How much is a haircut at the barbershop right now? It got to be what, $40 or something like that.
Yeah, you asking the wrong people.
Yeah,
I know, right? Boy. I ain't been to the. I know I come on. I ain't been to the bar shop. It got to be high though. It can't be.
I was saying
it ain't $10 like it used to be. It ain't $10 like it used.
I got locks, and I think I only pay. I give my locks. I do it like once a month or maybe once every 2 months, and that's like $50, and then I throw in a tip. But some places, I think it's like 25 for kids and 35 for adults or something like that.
And I'm like,
that's just here in Arkansas. I know it's like 50 to 100 in other places, but
and like you getting a regular cut. You know what I mean? You just getting the fade. You know what I mean? It's not like you're getting designs or color, and that's just what it is. So people are charging way more than they did before. People are making less. Things like that, and it was like, well, y'all not supporting me, and this and that. Like, well, just we don't have that money to support. And the weird thing is people aren't making that much money, so people are broker than they ever been. But some people in some arenas, they're making more money than they ever made.
Yeah.
So the tech boom, they're booming, more money, and then with COVID. We had nurses making a lot of money, like, you know what I mean, overtime and stuff like that. But then other markets completely disappeared. Like, we see a lot of restaurants that don't exist anymore. But some people, like, the pandemic and, you know what I mean, recession, you seen some people just like, I bought a new car. They got everything. Like, every other week, they got something on social media, whether it's PPP loans or the industry that they were working in was booming. But like 5 years ago, another person's industry was booming, and now that industry doesn't exist anymore.
Yes, sir.
So
that's why I bought my stock in a few little tech things. You know what I'm saying? Because I already know that technology ain't going nowhere.
I mean,
it's like, volatile though. Technology ain't going nowhere, but it is a little volatile though, because it changes every so often.
Yeah.
You got to be careful what you invest in, because sometimes tech will be for like 5 or 6 years and it's gone. But everybody like, nope.
Yeah, you got to know what you invest in.
You
like,
what to invest in.
Yeah,
it's just like with Apple, right? You remember when Apple was exclusive?
Yeah. Zoom was out there for a couple of years. Boop, that pandemic happened.
But see, the thing with Zoom though, a lot of like colleges and corporate places, that's what keeps Zoom open. Because they buy it in bulk. They buy the licenses in bulk. So that's what keep them open. That's why they will always be around.
That was real down before the pandemic and stuff like that. Yeah. They kind of blew up right there.
Because they trying to compete with like with StreamYard, like we using. They trying to compete with stuff like that. Now I think they got like an AI thing that transcript, but they be using at work. So 100%. So let's go to our pick one. Anything y'all want to say before we go to the next one?
Oh, you good? Oh, man.
Mid Air Force Ones or the Nike Cortez or the Gangster Nikes?
Go ahead, John.
I think a younger me would probably go with the Gangster Nikes, of course, Cortez. But I like the versatility of just Air Force Ones. So I got to go Air Force Ones.
Yeah,
the younger me, I had Air Force Ones, but the older me now, I probably would get the Cortez, the Gangster Nike, even though they break down faster than Air Force Ones. Air Force Ones are kind of like tanks of shoes, bro.
I think the Cortez.
Man, the Cortez, that bottom boy, when they break in, that bottom come out quick, man. On them Cortez. Now them nylon with the ones with the nylon on the side, them ones last pretty.
See, that's the one I'm talking about.
Yeah. Some people get the all leather ones. Yeah, them jokers break in. They broke in. They ain't the same. But yeah,
You can
man,
see
them Air Force Ones though. I've had some Air Force Ones for a long time. I cut grass in Air Force Ones. And,
yo,
I did some crazy stuff in some Air Force Ones. They still kind of, hang in there.
Oh, you talking about the 08 quality. You talking about them early 2000 or 08 quality.
Now the quality and change. We was talking about restaurants with the money low now. You can tell some of the restaurants' quality didn't drop. Man, we went to Golden Corral the other day. I took them out on Sunday. Man, it was terrible, man. I was like, man, I see why I don't eat this, man. At Golden Corral, man. Then, man, you see the people in there. That's what's so funny, the people that be in Golden Corral, man. Oh, my God, man. We seen this person, man. They was sitting in the back corner, like it's all the way in the back corner, so their back was to the wall, and they could see everything.
See everybody walking.
Yeah, they put that new chicken out. They be ease over there real quick, man.
That sound like me right there. Got a little spy on you. They just dropped it.
You see the old school dudes that got on the windbreaker shoes with the church shoes, man, and the white tube socks. They tear that food up, man.
With the visor.
Boy, with the visor. Oh, man, that's pretty funny, man.
I'm still trying to find me a windbreaker suit.
So, for the young kids out here, what was it like when you first got your own place?
Man, you couldn't tell me nothing. Hey, it was when I got my own place, it was so sweet because I stayed next door to my grandma. I stayed next door to grandma.
So you got free food.
Man, she furnished my whole place.
And the food. Come on over here, baby. Hey, cook some greens tonight, baby. Come on over here, because most kids ain't gonna cook no greens when you young.
I can smell the food cooking. I was like, "Ooh, she cooking chicken."
Yeah, let me ease on over to grandma's house. Oh, I know for me, man. Listen, boy, I know I had roommates, and shout out to fam, shout out to BJ, man. Boy, I ain't even finna go into it, but I remember my mom. She got married, and she said, "I'm about to move to Malvern. You think you can handle it?" What? Can I handle it? Are you kidding? I've been waiting on this.
To protect the sheep, you got to catch the wolf. And it takes a wolf to catch a wolf. You understand?
And, man, I remember that day she moved down there, and I was, I think fam had moved in, still waiting on BJ. And I was like, it was crazy, man. I went total prodigal son, man. I think I stopped going to church. I just was working, chasing girls, man. Man, when you got home field advantage, man, it's a totally different thing. When you got home field advantage, man,
you ain't got to be nowhere.
You get around in.
You ain't got to go nowhere. Ain't no time limit. You just like,
boy, man.
I can. You know what? We can just stay here.
It's a little tougher with girls when you got a roommate, because some girls don't care. You just depend. That's why when girls be talking about how integrity, it's like, all right, I hear you on the outside. I hear you, but when you roommates, it's a little different. But if you had your own house, I probably would have went crazy. I probably would have been like, what's his name? What's my guy name on Five Heartbeats, man?
Oh, no, dang.
I lost my mind, man. Eddie K.
But I think it's different. I think it's easier sometimes when you have a roommate, because they know when they leave past the front room, it's kind of going down. You know what I mean? They know what's up. You know what I mean? But when you have your own place, they feel like the whole house is there. It's like, oh, I can just lay in the living room. We can be in here. And they just kind of want to stay sometimes. And you be like, well,
I think that depends on your personality. We're going to talk about that too later.
But I mean, I'm always a gentleman. I can't be mean to somebody.
I was rough.
Been inside.
See, is it mean, or you just being? If you being yourself, is it mean though? If you being yourself,
absolutely. You know what I mean. You know what it took to get in, and then you flip the flip. You know what I mean.
Man, it's the Patriot way. It's the Patriot way, baby.
I mean? So,
you want to play on the team?
I really like being single and having my own place, because I didn't have no time to be back home. So I like to play away games, because I can always go. You can't trap me in my. I was like, I gotta go home. I like to sleep in my own bed. So
yeah.
and you get addicted to your own space really quick, really
It's
quick.
just, man, some depending on where the girls live at, it's like it's always a chance when you in an away game, man. Something crazy could happen. You just gotta be careful, man. You always gotta have that, on your mind, like, man, you gotta be careful out here, man. You don't know what's going down, man. So,
Yeah.
especially back in the day, I couldn't imagine in the night dating in the '90s, 80s and '90s. Girl talking about she live in Highland Court or Highland Park. I ain't going over there.
Yeah.
My dad,
people
I don't know how my dad did it. I don't know how my dad did it. So,
back then, you had to, as a man, you had to set a lifeline. Hey, I'm going to Highland. Hey, Mike, P, I'm going to Highland Court. Mike, I'm gonna hit you when I get back home. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
If I don't hit you by 12, come looking for my car. You know what I mean?
Man, for real. So, what insight could you give to the younger people, or the younger you at that time, like when people were talking about getting their own place? Then we moving on to the next topic.
I would say, don't rent. Figure out a way to get your dream house that you want. I know money might be an issue right now, but that's the biggest thing I say.
Yeah.
You can pay rent for 20 years, and you just think you just put somebody else's kid through college. So.
You don't have equity or anything. $1,000 you was paying a year. You paid that $1,000 for 10 years.
And
so I would.
It's all about how you cut the orange.
I would have just said that with myself as well, paying that money a month. You know what I mean? Could have been an investment to a property. And then even if I didn't, that wasn't my dream house. It would build my credit. I would have had equity to move that, apply that credit or the equity to that home to my next home and kind of build it up that way. And when you have your house, set your budget. You know what I mean? Really
100%. You took it out of my mouth.
What you need and what you don't need. No, it's good to have luxuries, but a mistake I made, I got a lot of luxuries and I got a lot of monthly expenses that I really didn't need. If I kind of bare-boned it and really figured out what I needed and what I wanted, I wouldn't have wasted a lot of money monthly. You know what I mean?
Yes, I'm with you.
Maybe $200 or $300 monthly on miscellaneous stuff that you can't really put your fingers on. You think you need?
Man. Yeah, I would say that too. Like, budgeting is very important. If you learn how to cook, you can save more money just by learning how to cook. You don't have to be a 3-star chef either. Just learn how to cook something. You know what I'm saying? That save you so much money. And another thing is how much dead time you have when you get your own place and you just working. You may work only 8 hours, but you have so much dead time. Find something to invest in your time in. You don't have to do all your time, but some of it. If I would have just did one class a semester when I had my own place and was just working, I probably would have been done by school, probably by mid-20s or something like that. Just one class. But I didn't want to do it, though, you know what I'm saying? Chasing girls, you know what I'm saying? Had the rims, had the car, just felt like I was on top of the world. But guess what? At some point, you got to come off that hill, and then you ain't got nothing down there at the bottom of the hill, you know what I'm saying? So you got to be careful about that. But, yeah, definitely with renting, you have to think about, do I want to be here long term, or do I want to rent till I find something long term? Because rent kind of crazy. Rent, you don't want, if you don't have to, because you got to be stable enough to mortgage a house, though. That's one thing you got to understand when you first move out. You got to get to that point of stability to, you're able to pay and hold yourself down without having to borrow money and stuff from people. Because there's a lot of people that can't do that. Like, in order to live on your own and not have to borrow money, you have to sacrifice a lot of things that you used to get probably when you was younger. You may not be able to get the Jordans when they come out.
And that goes back to that situation that woman was in trying to make deals.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, as a man, you don't really borrow money from somebody. You know what I mean? And there's a lot of men making that same deal. You know what I mean?
Boy. Yeah.
And,
be like in jail, you meet Bolo. Be like in jail, you meet Chun in jail. You see the dude try to bag him, he just kept walking up on him. he tried to swing.
And a lot of things like it's crazy, but a lot of times, like even now, rent's going to be higher than mortgage. You know what I mean?
100%.
You know,
100%.
and you don't realize it is when you're younger.
Yeah.
And he was like, wow, really? It seems backwards, but it's not. Set a food budget. Matter of fact, and make grocery lists. Don't go off in the grocery store shopping off emotion. What I feel like that'll get you in trouble.
But the hard part is
overspending and you know, and then running out of food early, and then you got to go to a grocery store 3 or 4 times a week.
I think as a human, the hard part is being disciplined on that, even when you don't feel like it. I think as a human, you have to program yourself to be disciplined, like on a food budget, even when you don't feel like it. I think that's the hard part. Some people can do it for like 3 weeks, and then they'll say, man, forget it. I'm just going to live. I got to live. You know what I'm saying? It's that kind of mentality. You got to kind of get that mentality out.
It's control. You work for control. You work a job. You deserve this. I can't control where I work. I can't control who I am, but I control what I eat. And then a lot of people abuse it. Overeating.
100%.
Well, I want crab legs every day.
Boy. Cholesterol be through the roof. Man.
Yeah.
So, inner city education. Definitely men or women need to know this. What type of personality attracts to you? Like when we was younger, what was the more common personalities that did you attract from women? Like, did you attract a strong woman, more independent, or did you attract a more of the, you know what I'm saying, the freaks come out at night? You know, some people may attract the wrong woman. Sometimes you may attract most independent women. Then some dude bumped into like a swinger, and their whole perspective changed on life. You know what I'm saying? So they ask you, what kind of personality did you commonly attract throughout your younger years? Some dudes attract the girls with the fire red hair. That's all they attract. You know what I'm saying?
When I was younger, I
them Dodge Hellcats.
Older women, more educated women. They just kind of like to talk and stuff like that. I attracted that a lot.
You did, yeah.
It was kind of weird, but you always attract what you kind of maybe don't want at the time. You know what I mean?
Boy,
but now,
100%.
it taught me a lot, and I enjoy women's conversations now that I'm on.
Yeah. What about you, Bill? Oh, what happened to Bill? He good. All right, cool. Oh, he back.
Yeah.
All right, what about you, Bill?
Yeah, the more laid back type. That's
okay.
It. Always laid back. You know, just never was out on the scene. When I say never, never.
Yeah.
Hey.
Yeah, you always attract the nurturing kind of.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Me, I was just assorted. I be telling my wife some of the stories. She can't even believe it, man. She be like, man, yeah, right. And then now she been with me for a while. She be like, yeah, I can believe it.
It's a different person.
The way you be talking to me, the way you break down stuff, I can believe it, man, because you look at stuff in a weird way. It's like, who look at dating like football? She said, who looks at dating like football, like a football game?
No, man, but she don't like, I don't think she realized, like, you would just, like, it's an easy way if we could have went. And you would just go the hard way. Like, why is you making this shit? Like, why? Like,
yeah. And
he would just get on, like, this is the woman you're trying to talk to, why you're getting on her nerves, or why you are offending her. You know what I mean? And it's kind of crazy because you're gonna state your opinion and you're gonna be forceful with it. And I was like, man, it was an easy way. It was easy.
Man, sometimes you gotta be yourself, man. Yeah, the Patriot way, already.
And the woman and the ones that can cook. You know,
but see, what I always attracted those strong kind of personalities, though. Always, I don't know why. I always attract the strong, stubborn.
Like you would be in a club arguing with them, like why are we arguing? We trying to get their.
I actually didn't argue that much. But probably when I was younger. But as I get older, I don't even.
Of course, I mean that's what we were talking about when we were younger. I was like, why are we arguing? Like,
then some of y'all, man.
She says she like pizza. Nah, I like spaghetti. Okay, but let's talk about pizza. Nah, let's talk about spaghetti. And let's go to pizza. Like she just said she like pizza. Let's talk about pizza.
Yeah, I had when I was younger, I had a girl get mad because I used to wear the long tube socks. It's like, how's that even an argument? Because I like to wear long tube socks. That's crazy. You know what I'm saying? She wanted me to wear ankle socks.
We would be arguing with girls we didn't even know, man.
Yeah, that's true.
Did something. I was like,
but that makes them curious, though. You know how many girls that probably came back and were like, you know what, that was interesting. You know what, that was pretty interesting.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I think when you find out on your own, you run into different kinds of people.
Oh my God, boy.
Different kinds. Like.
Oh my God, yeah. Then who you roll with, like say, man.
Yeah. I was
having roommates is pretty crazy because sometimes, like you say, with your boys, you're like, hey man, I got some girls coming over. Then that's a whole nother world within itself because now you got to entertain. You should have a skill set. You got in dating sometimes you just gotta have a wide range of skill sets, or you probably won't be successful. You know what I'm saying?
I was a bum for a few years though. I ain't gonna front. I was a bum. I was the one that your parents told you bring your gas, man. Bring your car back, and all the gas go, man.
Yeah.
Like,
nah, that was crazy, man.
Terrible.
Straight dream seller, man.
Terrible.
And then you can't kill me, kind of like the Sandman, man. You can't kill me, man. I was watching that earlier, man. I was about to pick. I'm about to do him on another one. When he kicked him in the fire pit, thought he was dead. He's like, burn!
I said, man.
Oh man.
Like, hey, I was so embarrassed, man. I filled out a job application. Man, the job said, sir, we noticed a little gap in between. It was like, what was you doing? It was like a 5-year gap. I was like, what? I said, man, you want me to lie to you or tell you the truth? He said, man, I wasn't doing nothing. I was laid up. That's what
yeah.
That shit was embarrassing, man. I only got
it's amazing. It's amazing sometimes, like when you around all your boys, like everybody attract these certain kind of personalities, but you don't attract them because they just y'all don't vibe like that. You know what I'm saying? You know, some dudes attract those Erykah Badu kind of personality. Woo, the world is green. The leaves are, and they got incense around the house. And you might not never, vibe with, meet a girl like that because y'all personalities don't.
A long time. Like, I didn't really, I couldn't get a girl around our neighborhood. Like, even when I was older.
Yeah. I was telling people the other day,
I always had to drive.
All the way across town.
Always drive.
Yeah. But that's probably a good thing because now, a girl like that, there's a lot of stuff when you deal with in proximity, it's like you see them all the time, though. You know what I'm saying? At least with a girl across town, after 10 years, you don't have to worry about seeing her. You see on Facebook, like, dang. But when you see somebody you used to talk to and they fell off and you see them a lot, you like, man, what happened?
Bro, it's like, man, what are you doing in Fort Smith? Man, I was in Fort Smith every weekend with no car.
Woo.
Bum. I was like, gosh, I'm a bum. Man.
I think I had too much of an ego to turn into that, man. I had too much of an ego, man. I was super arrogant in my 20s, though. I wouldn't even allow myself to even. I think when I got laid off, man, it was a rough time. That was a dark time. I wouldn't even allow myself to get depressed, man. I wouldn't even allow it. If my mind even went there, I'd be like, nah, we're not fit to go there. But yeah, man.
Yeah,
maybe that's probably what saved me. The
when you're younger, your mind and your emotions are more resilient. Like,
not everybody though. Everybody though.
I mean, like we heartbreaks, being broke. Like I said, Peter was being a bum. Like you was a bum. Now they would probably devastate him. You know what I mean? Like being heartbroken, losing your job, having no money, staying with somebody. You know what I mean? You done took it off. Like, you know what I mean? Like it wasn't nothing. That would have my mind and emotions messed up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Nowadays.
I think, man, I was telling the wife the insecurities, man. Seeing dudes deal with their insecurities, man, that's some of the toughest stuff, man. Like, if you got insecurities, if you got, like, on a high level of insecurity, like, stuff mess with you, like I told wife, some dudes, like, they can't talk to certain girls because they know they didn't talk to certain dudes and they can't deal with that. Like, I can't talk to this girl knowing that this dude talk to her, you know what I'm saying? They'll like eat at my conscience knowing that, you know what I'm saying?
But is that the same thing to like a body count? Like, well, I know I can't deal with the girl that messed with 20 million because somebody was better.
I think it is. I think the thing, from my perspective, you want to know because you don't want to get in no situation that, you know what I'm saying, you don't know what's going on, you know what I'm saying? You know, we seen dudes in that situation. Girl have a high body count, she messing with, you know, certain neighborhoods, and dude take her to the movies, he thinking it's all innocent, then the neighborhood come up, what's up? You know what I'm saying?
Oh, that's who you
And she
talking
trying to,
to?
Hey, Toya,
she trying to pretend.
Hey, Toya, meet me in the bathroom real quick.
And she trying to pretend like, you know,
I
she
would
trying to
like,
pretend like ain't nothing going
I would
on.
like right now, like, oh,
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, you know what I'm saying?
Split. Ready to die.
That stuff happen in real life though, man. It's pretty crazy out there, man. So pick one. Too Short or Uncle Luke?
That's close. I mean, but you like
Yeah.
2 Live Crew or just Uncle Luke himself?
Man, it don't matter, man. Uncle Luke, you know, he had some cold hits, 2 Live Crew or Too Short. They both kind of in the same genre of rap. I guess it just depends on, like, I know if you grew up in the 80s, man, 90s, dudes just bumping Too Short. Luke too, but mostly Too Short was just thumping though.
Yeah, I mean, I really I got
215s.
investment in Too Short. I mean, really liked them coming up.
I like them both. Yeah.
You know what I mean? But like 2 Live Crew,
That
was good. It was funny. It was raunchy. You know what I mean? You kind of checked on.
They had some thump too. They had some beats too. Yeah. I mean, they beats was so unique. 2 Live Crew, you knew if a dude was bumping that when they ride down the street. You don't even hear the words. You just hear the beat coming through the trunk, man. I want to rock.
Yeah,
but Too Short though, yeah, longer career.
Yeah, I'm a little biased, but yeah.
He actually had some hits too that you could actually listen to. Probably if your mom was in the car, like Getting It. He really wasn't cussing on that. But man, the stuff he did with E40 though, them songs, man, was just timeless, man. Like from the ground up, I still listen to that every now and then.
Them freaking
from the ground up.
Hey.
Oh my God, man, that was. Boy. He the one that gave the education. He said, it wasn't Freaky Tales. It was I'm a player. He said, get it how you want it, how they want it, fool. Because I was messing with ugly girls back in high school.
Yo.
And I was like, that's an interesting concept. I get it.
Yeah. Even though Luke from the South, I got my tail whooped behind listening to Luke.
What?
Man, I got beat.
Oh yeah, Luke is crazy, man. Yeah.
Hey, I think I
my dad. That's what my dad used to watch. My dad used to watch was it The Box and was it The Box and but they didn't show Luke stuff on MTV. That was crazy. They would not show that on there, but some on BET every now and then. But yeah, they showed on The Box though.
It was like, man,
I want to rock and pop.
Yeah,
man.
I know the real words. Y'all just listen to the radio. I know the real words.
Man, the real words, boy. And then Scarred, man.
Instant barbecue classic. No.
Boy, they said the barbecue classic. So the next one is how to resolve and navigate misunderstandings. It's like, how tough is it to navigate misunderstandings as a husband, or just like dealing with the opposite sex, like a woman? I know for me it was hard at first when I was younger. It was really hard because it's like I don't understand. I'm not an emotional person by nature, and I'm super logical, so I had to learn how to navigate through those things, you know. Because it's like if it don't make sense, it'll make me frustrated. Like, it don't make sense what you talking about. It really don't make sense. I don't get it. But you know, as I started growing older, I had to learn how to deal with it. Probably the Bible helped me deal with it more than anything.
Yeah, you kind of put it in not the back burner. What you call it? You became emotionally detached from certain things, and I'd rather just talk about it without the arguing and all this stuff.
Yeah, I'm the same way.
Yeah,
so when you argue, go ahead, Jay.
No, like when it comes to like decision making, logical, it's always got to be easy to communicate what I'm thinking and understand what the other person's thinking and to get to that goal. But when a misunderstanding occurs, it's never hard feelings for me, but someone would be extremely hurt by an action I did, and I would give them the reasoning, the logic behind my action. They would see it, but their feelings would still be hurt. They have understanding, but they still have hurt feelings. And it's kind of hard for me to deal with that. I mean, it's like, well, you understand what's going on.
Right, exactly.
Still act in a certain way because your feelings were hurt.
Right.
Even if I turned out to be right, their feelings are still hurt, and they still have
right
attitude and say consequences for being right or being misunderstood. And I still don't understand that.
When I was younger, not my wife, but when I was younger, some people will misunderstand you on purpose because they don't want the accountability. Like, I don't want to understand what you're saying, because if I tell you I understand, now an accountability comes with that now. You know what I'm saying? And that used to drive me up the wall, because it's some people out there that's not naive, but they'll play naive. You know what I'm saying? On purpose.
Yeah.
And you know that they're smarter than that. It's like, I know you're smarter than that, but if you want to play these reindeer games, you know what I'm saying, let's go ahead and play. And then my thing is, I don't take arguing personal, but other people do. I can argue with you and do different styles just off experiment, but not everybody works that way, you know what I'm saying? So that's one thing I had to realize too, you know what I'm saying? Like, I think my wife realized that. That's why she told me I should go to law school, because she's like, I don't even like argue with you, because you get so logical, and then it turned into like this Monopoly game or something. It's like, it's not really worth it. But
yeah, I mean, I experienced the same thing, and like I said, I'm divorced, and I don't think we ever cussed at each other, ever raised our voice.
No, I mean, we never cussed at each other either. Yeah,
you know what I mean.
But I know,
and we're never like, blah blah blah, like, no, like never raising a voice, like, just
and I think I had to learn as I think I had to learn as a husband too, is that a lot of times your experiences are different than your wife's, and she may not understand why you know some things and why you're saying these things. And I think that when we just start talking about stuff that I tell her about a lot of stuff that we did when we was younger, or what I did, things I experienced with people, why I know some of the stuff I know, why I don't do some of the things that I do. Now she kind of understands if I don't want to do something, it's not because I'm trying to be abrasive to you. It's just I don't want to do that. I know from foresight how that could turn out. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes people can't believe, I guess they can't believe that you have that foresight at that age. You know what I'm saying? Sometimes they could be a misunderstanding, because most 40-year-olds don't think like you do. I'm used to dealing with this, not that. You know what I'm saying? So sometimes that happens too. You know what I'm saying? So
yeah.
But yeah, sometimes misunderstandings is tough, because sometimes not just as dealing with your spouse, but just dealing with people in general. Some people, even if you're right, like Jay said, they won't even tell you they messed up. They just keep going like nothing happened. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. And that's why I tell kids, I was trying to tell the kids, don't hold on. You got to let this stuff go. Don't hold on to nothing. It ain't worth your health. You'll be holding on to something, and the other person be in the bed asleep, snoring. Yeah. And you holding on to something they did 2 weeks ago. They don't even care.
But
you know what I'm saying?
I did the wrong thing, but it felt right to me.
Right, exactly. And that's another thing about arguing with the opposite sex. The feelings change. They can feel one way, this minute, and then a couple hours later it be totally different. You know what I'm saying? So that's what you gotta be careful. It's kind of like being in an interrogation room. What you say can and will be held against you. I just be silent. You know what I'm saying? Can I have a lawyer present? But yeah, man, don't get caught up in misunderstandings, because they could change, man. You gotta know how to talk through it, man. That's one thing I had to learn how to do as a husband, how to talk through it. And sometimes it ain't really a lot of talk. You just gotta let the steam run out of the teapot. You know what I'm saying? Before things get settled. But however you want to cut that.
And then somebody
go ahead.
Talking, and they're just not listening to you. You know what I mean? I'm gonna just let them get finished, because you know what I mean. Because I can't compare what you're saying. You're gonna come to me with logic, and I'm gonna tell you how I feel, and it's just gonna be it. Like, you're not gonna listen or take in consideration any of the things I said because you feel differently. Okay.
Because everybody, and I know this from just being an analyzing person, everybody has different argumentative styles that they use. Like, you ever dealt with that girl that she tries to get you, she wants to argue with you, and then you listening to her, but then she'll pause. You think she's done, but then she'll start talking again while you talking. It is like, are you ever gonna let me talk, or you just keep going? You know what I'm saying? But I'm saying that's a style though. Some people, that's their style. They try to like throw you off, kind of like wild dogs in the woods. They barking at you, kind of disorient you, man. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. So You gotta understand different styles. Like some people, that's all they know is chaos,
Yeah.
and they don't know about peace. And if you gotta realize those kind of things. You can't hide those kind of things when you first meet a person. You know what I'm saying? Some things you can hide, but some things you cannot hide. But you can't ignore it either unless you want to. So.
And another thing that got me feelings and what's really happening.
Yeah.
Right,
100%.
I don't feel like you're supporting me.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I am supporting you because I support you in this way, this way,
Yeah.
this way, this way, and this way.
Mm-hmm.
But I don't feel supported. I just gave you 5 reasons why and how I'm supporting you. Well, 50 some reasons or things that make you feel not supported. Well, I don't know. I just feel like I'm not supported.
Yeah.
Yep.
And I feel like you're not trying. Well, I'm trying these 5 things in these 5 different ways.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I still just don't feel it.
Yeah,
what can I do?
Smoking. That's how I look, just like that.
Yeah. And
man.
I think, well, go ahead.
Go ahead. No, go ahead, Pierre. Go ahead. No, go ahead.
I think, dang, somebody knocked on the door. But go ahead. I'm tripping. Go ahead.
So pick one. Bret Hart or Sycho Sid?
Yeah, Hart. Going with the Hart.
I think I like Sycho. I like Bret Hart too.
I really did like Sycho Sid, but dude broke his leg. But Bret Hart,
I know, right? When he jumped off the
best there ever will be.
Yeah, say that. Hey, best there is.
Hey, Sycho Sid, man. When he slapped that dude, you think wrestling's fake? Was that fake?
Yeah. I don't think that was in the script. I don't think that was.
Nah. I don't know how did Sycho Sid. He used to always come out sweating. Like, did he have like a heat gun back there or something? I mean, he used to come out drenched and shit. I don't know how he used to do that, man.
I don't want to be. Now, that's something I couldn't do. Like being wrestling with another oiled up dude. Nah.
Man.
Yeah.
Bret Hart used to have them weird tank tops, man. He don't wear those kind of tank tops, man. You know what I'm saying?
His hair was always wet too.
Yeah.
The thing I like about Bret Hart though, all his moves were scripted. You can watch his match. You can say, okay, he finna jump off the turnbuckle with the elbow. He finna do the suplex.
So
he finna do the back to belly suplex. Then he finna do the sharpshooter. He was cold with that timing, man. He was cold with it, man.
Hey, if you didn't practice that sharpshooter, something wrong.
I like the figure 4 leg lock. I like the figure 4 leg lock better.
Yeah.
Or the line tamer. The line tamer when he put your head on the mat and he bend you.
I did real world
100%.
takes on this stuff. And it's real hard to get somebody in a figure 4 against their will.
Yes. It's hard to do the power bomb on somebody. Pick up dead weight against their will.
No, but it's like the power bomb is the kind of you got to get them in the motion of doing it.
That's what I'm saying. Yeah.
It's easier than you think.
Which one was better? Yeah. Which one was better, WCW or WWF?
Oh my God, that's tough, man.
That is really tough. I like the fun characters of WWF. They had more colorful characters and stuff like that. WCW was more real.
Yeah.
WWF was like Elevations. WCW was like the Palace. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? That's what it was. Like WCW had those characters that, like, man, you just liked them. They just wasn't they wasn't in the machine. Like Raven, that dude was cold. It wasn't even the wrestling. It was the personality that you like in WCW. You know what I'm saying? Like Bill Goldberg, it was the personality. He did the same moves, but the fact when he about to jackhammer somebody, he go he do all that, man. You know what I'm saying? Like Diesel was cool in WWF, but he was better at WCW because he could be his personality. Big Daddy Cool, man. He was better at WCW. Even Hulk Hogan, I like the yellow Hulk Hogan, but Hollywood Hogan was cold. You got to admit that, man. He was cold, man. He was better as a bad guy. You know what I'm saying? 100%, man. Yeah. Macho Man, dude had the coldest. Yeah, Diamond Dallas Page. Yeah, he was cold, man. Yeah, Diamond Dallas Page. He was cold.
Hey.
Yeah. But yeah, WWF had the machine though, bro. They had, like I said, the $1 Million Man. I mean, dude, like I say, Bret Hart, even his brother. I ain't like his brother too much, but even his brother, DX. A lot of dudes morphed into different characters in WWF too.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like I say, The Rock. I mean, he wasn't a rock until a couple years. You know what I'm saying? After he left Nation of Domination.
Yeah, he was just.
But they let people grow. Vince McMahon cultivated a lot of people.
Yeah,
they said he got a breast reduction, man. They said The Rock got a breast reduction.
On them roids, man. Oh, yeah. And but yeah, man, WWF was even Vince McMahon used to be the announcer, man. Monday Night Raw. He said that voice, man. But yeah, WCW was cool though, but it wasn't like WWF though. It was crazy, man.
Oh no, that WCW, I kind of fool with it.
I mean, I fooled with both of them. It was one time when you flipped between the two. When NWO was out, you watched Monday Night Raw and Thunder. You watched both. You just got the remote on recall. You flipped between both of them.
That's why Vince had went ahead and bought it, because it was like WCW taking
it was too late by the time he bought it, though. It was kind of too late then, though.
No, they was taking over.
I don't know. I think I stopped watching wrestling, though. When I got my own play, I think I stopped watching TV like that. I was chasing. I was out there, man.
Yes.
Man, you know how long Sting been wrestling for, though, bro? Sting been wrestling since the 80s, man.
I know. I was 70s.
This dude was wrestling Ric Flair in NWA wrestling. He was wrestling Ric Flair, bro.
Listen. That's why I'm telling you. That's why Vince had went ahead and bought him, because when Sting had went silent, boy, they were taking over.
Boy, I tell you, I don't know if you used to watch it, Peel, but I tell you who was like the Big Bamboo, ECW. That was like the Big Bamboo, dog. ECW wrestling, the Sandman and Sabu, man, dude was cold, man. Eric Van Dam, but yeah.
And WWE bought that too.
Yeah, but man, they was kind of older by then. Taz had gotten older by then. He kind of wasn't the same like he was at ECW. And do that T-Bone, dude was cold in ECW though.
And what's his name about to carry it too?
Yeah. So what y'all think? Pick one: 3 Strikes or Friday?
This hard, but I'm definitely going.
I know, right?
But I think 3 Strikes was funny. I think 3 Strikes was funnier.
3 Strikes was crazy, man. I think 3 Strikes they improv a lot of stuff, man. I don't think they had a script because Big Worm was cold, but he was funny in 3 Strikes too. But Big Worm was cold in Friday though. He was funny in 3 Strikes though. He said, "Where you going?" I'm gonna go. I don't care if you going to Pakistan. I'll take you. You had the Suburban. That's how dudes be in the hood too. The big dude be riding the big SUV in the Suburban, man. The big dude, man.
Man, why you leave little homie on stuff? Why you leave little homie on stuff?
I didn't even know that was Blue Da Vinci, man. The dude got stolen. Oh man, Friday was fun, but it seemed like 3 Strikes, and then David Allen Greer, man, when that woman touched his hand when he was in the precinct, he tried to mac to her. She said, "Get your hands off me!" Oh, arrest this shit. He pulled out the gun and everything. Yeah, that move was crazy, man. But all right, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Whoever come back and watch it.
We didn't even take no vote.
I thought you said.
I said Friday. I said 3 Strikes was funnier. But I was going for a better movie.
Yeah, I like 3 Strikes. Yeah, I'm going 3 Strikes. Yeah. Who you going with, Peel?
I'm going with Friday, but 3 Strikes was funny, man. 3 Strikes.
Yeah, I'm going with 3 because he just had more funnier people. He had George Wallace and
it was funny
Huggy Bear.
But as a movie in the whole, as a classic. You can't have next Friday without Friday. You can't have Friday after next.
I think the Friday after next was probably the funniest one, man. With Don D.C. Curry and Uncle Elroy. Oh, Uncle Elroy.
Oh, hell.
Hey, what you talking about, you old Popeye looking for? Oh, man. But all right, guys. Thanks for watching. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks for hitting the like button. Be sure to subscribe. Be sure to check in. Be sure to let us know what you think. Send us some scenarios. We'll talk through it. And anything y'all want to say before we sign out?
Hit the like button and subscribe.
All right, guys. We signing out.
Blade, ready to die.
You want answers?